Islam Dwayne. It is November the 29th, 2019. I just got off work. It's holy day. It's Friday, holy day. I'm running Arrington-Bey. Monty was here, Monty Great-Bey, but he went down to the room after he helped me a few moments. First of all, I want to start off by saying this is one of my, I like to call it my magic book. But what I place on this magic book is the 10, I would say not all things have been posted. I posted some of the things here, but not all. I would say the last 10 pages of, when I say magic book, I'm giving testimony. Testimony of different unclean experiences I experienced as a Moorish American, a natural divine being implementing natural law, which includes the Constitution of 1787, Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, and the 13th Amendment with 20 sections. So in this book, Dwayne, it has a black covering. On my headings, I also have the Bill of Rights, which give us the right to not have our things searched without permission, without a warrant, without just cause. And it's important to do that because you never know when someone if they're navigating outside of constitutional law, then they'll just think they can just do anything they want to do, and as long as they keep saying the word paid, and so if they keep saying the word paid until they believe it, then that's how a unclean spirit that's behaving like a beast, an animal, will rape, molest, spiritually and mentally, in the open and on the physical plane. So anyway, so what I do, I would say, starting today, I start taking this book with me, so I could, on my break, I write down different spiritual experiences I use. I've not posted, probably, this will never be posted online. This is, it says November 29th, 2019. The day is the 29th, 2019. I thought it was the 30th. So I would say probably all the way to July, I have not posted anything online. And I'm not, because this is my specific book. This is book one of what my spiritual experiences that are not beneficial, that I am demonstrating through what I learned from you, the power in writing things down. And so, therefore, when I write these experiences down, whether it's my genitals being attacked spiritually, my dreams being invaded, Imani hearing him make noises in his sleep. For instance, last night, this black male, I didn't feel any sensation, but it did last about I would say about 3 minutes. This black male actually, it was like I was looking at myself turned on my back, and this black male, he looked to be about 19 years old to 20 years old, penetrating my vagina, and then he actually ejaculated. He tried to get my hand to touch his penis. And I opened my eyes as he grabbed my hand inside to try to touch his penis. And he was actually ejaculating in my vagina in the dream, but I didn't feel anything. So I know it was definitely, these unclean spirits were definitely invading a sheath that was not, and I'm so alert now, or attached to my bodies, and not all, in certain bodies where I can stop things from happening. Then when I opened my eyes, I heard males, like a pale-skinned male accent and a Negro black accent, and even a Negro black female accent, Spanish as well, was saying, can we help you? Can we help you? Do you need some help? That's peace. And then I started to notice Imani was sleeping. You know, he's 25 years old. And this is at American Extended Stay in Annapolis, Maryland. He started to make noise in his sleep, so I had to wake him up a few times. Many times these unclean spirits, when their engagements are not accepted, especially if they're saying paid or other words, military. Like I said, I've heard that too many times to count. United States military or Navy strong, army strong. That's either being sent telepathically or actually in a manner where definitely it's being heard. And so I don't understand why would someone say Navy strong or Army strong while woman's genitals is being molested, or she has to sleep light while she's implementing natural law, which include the Constitution of 1787, Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, and the 13th Amendment, 20 sections. She is actually implementing natural law or demonstrating the proclamations by getting back into the constitutional fold. So how does the word, someone promoting or encouraging a word saying Navy strong and Army strong, while her genitals spiritually is being molested while she sleep, or she can't sleep without being cautious that her dream is not being invaded? And so so I truly don't understand that. That is very savage. So one of the prayers I do with the Imani Great Hyphen, we pray for protection from the United States Navy and Army that have not taken an oath or affirmed to uphold the Constitution of 1787, Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, and the 13th Amendment, 20 sections. Because in order for you, if you do that, then you've been naturalized. And so you've taken an oath and affirm, and you have been naturalized to uphold these divine laws of freedom, which many of our ancestors, or I should say forefathers, bled for us to have. So to actually be on this landmass and not do the things that needs to be done, so you are naturalized, this law not being enforced, it is a disgrace. It's a dishonor. It's like, how is this happening? And then not only that, you have spirits saying Navy strong, Army strong, while they have the science of telepathy and doing a form of rape spiritually in the open during the day, and also if you're trying to sleep, to promote some form of slavery, bondage, so you would feel so scared. And one of their unclean spirits, that's mixed with whatever dog, ape, DNA, whatever, a beast, behaving like a beast, you amalgamate with it and have one of their kids, their unclean spirit kids. So anyway, so sometimes Imani is being attacked while he's asleep, and this is definitely slave breeding to the extreme. And the sad thing about it, like I said, there's spirits going around saying Navy strong, Army strong. That's what I experienced last night. So this was, I would say, early in the morning. This is November 29, 2019. And you know, Imani Great Hyphen Bey and I, we reject the science of telepathy. And so let me think what else happened. So the reason why I told you about this, I take this with me to Burger King now. This is my first day taking with me to Burger King, so I can keep up with my documentation of the spiritual experiences that I experienced. And it's important for me to do so. So many times I hear spirits talking outside and around the room, and sometimes the best description I can give you is some of the people that I work with at Burger King. And on this video, I'm not accusing them or saying it is them, but the best description and tone and voice would be like some of the people that demonstrate to be from, like for instance, after this happened, what I experienced, definitely someone was speaking outside or really, really close in the room, like a mic from a Spanish accent, maybe Mexico or El Salvador, but definitely Spanish accent, like they were happy that it happened. And you know, Imani Great Hyphen Bey and I, Rhonda Arrington Hyphen Bey, we don't know any one person here. We have never been among the Spanish community, but we have never implied we want to be among the Spanish community. We don't know Spanish, okay? So for them to be overly aggressive to engage, you know, is for a reason. And be in that jurisdiction where many have not been naturalized properly to uphold the Constitution, I can see how these spirits that are unclean, these are unclean spirits, not all, can be used to create a lawsuit. Okay, so they can be used to create lawsuits for many reasons, and you wouldn't think, what you like, why is this guy that's speaking Spanish always staring, or someone's around the room speaking Spanish and saying I love you, or someone that with a Negro black accent saying I love you, or pale skin, and then all of a sudden you get a lawsuit because you react irrational on the physical plane when you're out. And you upset because you've been antagonized, you've been irritated, you've been harassed while you in your room or your home. But that's not being seen. But what's being seen is when you walk outside that door and you're on the physical plane, you're in the public, and one of them approach you and do some form of body movement or say some form of word that's similar to what you were experiencing at your home. And so if you don't have a rational mind, a stable mind, and you react irrational or violent, then that's how you can get a lawsuit. Okay? So because if you're not, because what's going to be known is what the cameras see on the physical plane, not what's been going, not what you're experiencing in your home or in your room behind closed doors. Because someone either have put a mic in your room, or they're actually so close to their room because they have the science of telepathy that they are abusing, so they can perform some form of spiritual possession. So they can actually have access to a deep department of your mind and use your body and turn you into a beast. Behave like a beast. Slave breeding. Behave like an animal outside of your natural divine self. So this is some of my connection to the unclean spirits that speak Spanish and why they're overly aggressive. Okay? And why and not only them, you have the pale skin, and those definitely, there's no doubt that are African American or under that status. These are unclean spirits, male and female. Those have been the most aggressive in the open. The ones that under status of Negro, Black, or African American. Most aggressive in the open, as in it's like you can tell. It's like, I mean, they just don't care. So and definitely the pale skin. They send sharp pains. No, there's no doubt they send sharp pains. They're doing things. These are unclean spirits once again, and there's a species of them. Okay, that's unclean. So a species of unclean spirits, species of unclean Negro, Black, a species of Hispanics, or unclean. And these are unclean spirits. So definitely they are all the same, but they in reference to unclean in spirit, in thoughts, words, and deeds. And this is possibly why they're not in a constitutional fold, why they're not considered to be naturalized. So that's my testimony. So I just wanted to tell you that today I got off work at 3, and once again, my schedule said 4. It's Friday. It's Holy Day, and I spoke to CJ on Monday. So I didn't work Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, the store was closed, but Monday, CJ and which is the owner's son, and Paul was there, came in, and I told him, I said, "Sir, you put me on the schedule for 4 on Friday, from 8 to 4, and I told you on Fridays I get off at 3. Usually I have been getting off at 3 for since 3." He said, "Oh yeah, I remember." He said, "Okay, I remember. I'll do that." He agreed, and I said, "Don't forget, on Sundays I don't work, because what I've been told is that he's doing the schedule now, unless it changed, but that's what I was told." I asked Carl, the owner, I think it still is his father. Does he do the schedule? He said no, he doesn't mess with the schedule. So even though, and the schedule was done on Wednesday, so this was Monday. Okay, so Wednesday is the 27th, Thursday is the 28th, Tuesday is the 26th. So on the 25th, I told him, and I still saw that the schedule on Wednesday, when I went by there, that it still had me on Fridays, our holy day as Muslims, from 8 to 4. So, and I also told him, reminding him that I don't work on Sundays. I only worked one Sunday in over 3.5 years, or it's going on 3.5 years, and I don't but I don't work Sundays. I did that for a favor. I was asked. I said, okay, hey, I need the money. That one, I did it. I said, okay, I'll do it. No problem. You need someone to work that one day, that one Sunday, but I can't come in Sunday anymore. And that was it. So I reminded him this past Monday as well. So I didn't. When I told him that, he seemed to pause, but he definitely heard me. And plus he said he remembered. So if he remembered, that means he remembered the paper that I gave him. So I didn't understand why my schedule still said 4 p.m. But I did went ahead and made a copy of it, and so that I can keep up with my time of work. And that's it, Dwayne. That's all I wanted to tell you. I also wanted to, well, pretty much I just want to say is, Dwayne, I posted, I was so irritated this morning about what I experienced. It almost took me to a state of mind where I wanted to write some things down that was not appropriate. So I'm using this book to give testimony, okay? Then I have another book that I'm using for prayer, okay? You will not see this online. And once again, the reason why I went back on the full moon, because I was going to wait until the full moon to post, because I want you to come, and I want to show how much I want you to come, and I want you to teach, is because of other reasons. My tablet wasn't working, my uploading wasn't working, a lot of things wasn't working. The video, Imani and I have been juicing for about 2 weeks of videos of juicing different fruits and vegetables. All that was erased. All my fruits and vegetable videos were erased for about a week and a half worth. And so I was trying to figure out what was going on with my tablet. And then the situation happened with us receiving the letter from the circuit courts. I received my letter stating I was denied. I was denied without any reason of why I was denied for a motion of revisory. So all this was happening all at once, and not only that, I'm trying to prove to you that I'm serious. So I asked you, Dwayne, I said, if in the same like manner, Dwayne Bey, I said we were married in the sacred grove. Moorish men and women, they paid it, they watched, they witnessed it. If you truly want a divorce, Islam, I said, if you truly want a divorce, I ask that you meet me in the sacred grove, and mutually we'll do it. Mutually we'll get a divorce in peace, if that's what you truly want. But when you divorce someone, if you obligate to them spiritually, it's not how you don't do it one side, or otherwise the whole marriage or obligation never really exists. So you just don't wake up and say, I'm not married no more. Everything you did prior to before you said you were obligated, it stands mutually. So everything. So we would have to go through the ritual of doing it again if that's what you want. And I am willing to do that, because that is dealing with freedom. I can't take your spirit of freedom from you, and or impose on your spirit of freedom. Freedom is a spell, a magical spell that we have, I see, and I can't explain why I say that, but it's the truth. There is magic in natural law. So also I wanted to tell you, Dwayne, so this morning I was really upset, and because like I said, people are constantly speaking outside and around the room. And I could tell, I even told him, and I said, I could feel there's some form of witchcraft going on. And I could feel the spirits, some unclean spirits of witchcraft is being done. I felt it upon me. And I felt it, I can't explain it, but it was something that was very real, and I felt it, and I knew I needed to cleanse and pray. And I did, because I started to write things down in this book that wasn't in reference to love between you and I. And I was like, why am I writing this down? Because of irritation. But I'm not going to do that. Dwayne, I'm your wife. I'm not going to send negative energy to the woman or anyone you love. I cannot do it. If that happens, then I know my state of mind is not balanced. Because I know we at war spiritually. There is a war still going on. Still going on. It never stopped. Spiritually, mentally, physically, on all planes. I see there's a way that I don't know if there's a war on all planes, but I'm saying in different planes in reference to spirituality, mentalism, and then the physical plane. And the reason why I say that, because if your mind is being invaded and you don't know your thoughts, you don't know your emotions, all that's connected to your spirit. And then you react on the physical plane of what you are experiencing. And so if you have these unclean spirits focusing on spiritual possession because they want to use you as a beast, behave like one of them, because they're outside of constitutional fold, they're not even considered human. They are not considered human among other nations. And you see why. I see why. They demonstrate. So, and these are unclean spirits I'm referring to. So if they're trying to spiritually possess so they can have a reason to rape and breed, so you can have one of their kids that's mixed with all those spirits inside of them, not only dog or ape DNA, but you have the unclean spirit of murder, jealousy, theft, deceit. All those spirits of harm wrapped up in that consciousness. And then that's dealing with keeping the frequency low of the spirit of Mother Earth and the universe. And also that spirit of slavery and bondage. Because all that was done with energy. So energy is, so you are being used in that spirit of bondage, which is going outside of natural law. Natural law is in the spirit of freedom. Okay, so that's exactly, so connecting the dots. So I knew something was wrong. I knew this morning something was wrong, because if I started to feel like I want to write stuff down in reference to spelling someone that you love or some people or whatever, there's something wrong with that. There's another way I should handle if there's an issue that I have with Moorish Americans. Those are in our nation. There's a way to handle it, because Allah has already got that taken care of. If they're one of the ones that have been prophesied in Caveat Emptor, one of the ones that are going to be falling down for the last time, where they're thinking they're getting over and they're walking with high Moors on a pedestal, but they're not. And when they fall down for the last time. So I'm seeing some science there, but I'm not sure how to demonstrate it yet, because I'm still studying. But Prophet Noble Ali stated, if I don't have it in front of me, about Moors who are doing things, implying doing things they're not supposed to, going against those laws of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, falling down for the last time. So they have fell down. There's no more mercy for them. So maybe so I'll leave it at that. So I had to stop myself, and that's what I did for writing. And I redirected my energy to prayers and meditation again. And that's how it's going to be. I'm going to focus on that higher polarity, because there's nothing I can do to anymore in our nation that they have not already done. If it's a woman, a sheik or sheikesses, there's nothing I can do to any woman in our nation, our Moorish American nation, that they have not already done to themselves, because of the laws that we are under, those natural laws. And in fact, by me even putting that energy out there of harm, that causes me harm. So that's where I leave that. Islam. It is November the 29th, 2019. Islam.